Welcome to another video lesson. Well, we've been talking in class about things people tell us, things people say to us. We've been talking about reported speech. So far, we've already understood, I hope, that say and tell are kind of criminal words, because we've got a number of other nicer alternatives. So stop now, observe the verbs in here. Which ones describe loud sounds? Which ones describe quiet sounds? Which ones would sound as if people were complaining? Which verbs do we use when you're angry or when you're sad? Write down to your notebook example sentences. Go to the dictionary. Make sure you understand the differences in meaning. So, alternatives to say and tell are many. And they behave in a number of different ways. Sometimes they're followed by dependent prepositions. Sometimes they're followed by verbs in the ing form to infinitive. So they are intimately related with the other grammar topic we have already studied. Verb patterns, they go hand in hand. To begin with, many of them take that clauses. This is actually the simplest way of using them. Examples: the Prime Minister has announced that public spending will be increased next year. These figures mean that almost 7% of the working population is unemployed. So here are the verbs that might behave in this way. So I suggest you stop and go to the dictionary, write down example sentences. Verbs followed by objects and that clauses. Promise me that you won't tell him. I rang Jill and reminded her that the conference had been cancelled. Here are the verbs. Dictionary work. Verbs followed by two infinitives, such as in she decided to leave at 8 o'clock. They threatened to kill him unless he did as they asked. Here are the verbs. Please, dictionary work. Verbs followed by object plus two infinitive. She advised me to leave early. Her family invited me to stay with them for a few weeks. You already know what to do. ing forms. She admitted making a mistake. Note that we can also say she admitted to making a mistake. She admitted to having made a mistake. I suggested putting the matter to the committee. So here are the verbs. We're going to visit these verbs again. Make sure you remember the difference between deny and refuse. Subjunctive or should. We have already talked about this in class. Suggest, recommend. They suggested that she should apply again. More formally, we use the subjunctive, which is nothing but the infinitive form of the verb without to. They suggested that she apply again. I know this sounds alien, but it's just a matter of getting used to it. Here are the verbs. Pay a lot of attention to them all. because they can all be used in other ways. They give a lot of room to sentence transformation exercises. Verbs followed by dependent prepositions. I was just congratulating Corey on winning or on having won her race. She insisted on seeing her lawyer. Here are the verbs and their dependent prepositions. Finally, verbs followed by objects, prepositions, and ing forms. His disability prevents him from driving. You can't really blame Helen for not wanting to get involved. Attention to the use of negative statements if necessary. Here are the verbs and their dependent prepositions. Well, I guess we're gonna call it a day now. This is it. Thanks for watching.